what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here in a secret location in Los Angeles, California, because guess what? We have something pretty iconic to talk about. It's this vehicle right here. This is it. This is the all-new, first time ever 2024 Mazda CX-90. But before we get into this artisan red, that's the name of this color, beautiful, deep, deep, deep red, three-row midsize SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Mazda. They've been doing the business for decades when it comes to that pure driving enjoyment. Now, of course, the auto industry over the years has changed, and SUVs are still king when it comes to sales at the end of each and every year. So Mazda wanted to acknowledge that with a new midsize SUV. Of course, we've already brought to you the CX-30, the CX-5, the all-new CX-50. The CX-90 is taking a lot of that same magic, but elevating it to new luxury standards. Now, the great news is you got an all-new engine power plant. You even have the option for plug-in electric hybrid technology. But what I want to find out is, lots of new mid-size SUVs out there. Is this going to be the best one to buy? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the color. It's interesting because on this overcast, drizzly kind of day, it looks like a dark, dark cherry. But from what I understand, when sunlight hits it, it really illuminates from the sheet metal forward. Now, at the front of the business, you're going to see that new direction that Mazda is going in when it comes to their headlight technology. LED daytime running lamps, LED projector headlight beams, and turn signals. I really like this new direction. For a long time, they kind of went a little bit more slender and longer, but I'm really digging the way that they did that, especially if you look on the inset, you do have the LED daytime running lamp, how it comes into that grille area. Now, working your way down, Mazda being Mazda, just like in the past, no fake vents. You have this ginormous corner air curtain on the side of the front fascia, and then that's going to allow air to hit the front and then coast down the side of the vehicle as we come across that new Mazda grille. So you have, of course, that iconic badge, smack dab in the center. Right underneath it, a forward-facing camera, very important when you're parking in those tight spots. You have that gloss black grille, and I like the way that they went vertical instead of horizontal with each of the intricate pieces. And then, of course, just like in the past, taking from that Mazda logo, you could see the new interpretation of that chrome trim. And it just kind of sets off the artisan red very, very nicely. Now, as you work your way down, continuation of more functionality with this larger air intake. You have the chrome just along the center portion. And the great news is that this chrome is going to make sense all the way around the vehicle. Now, as we rise up, compared to the CX-9, the CX-90 is wider, it's longer, and I love the way that from the A-pillars forward, it really gives you a presence, because remember, underneath the hood, on this particular one, we don't have a four-cylinder turbo. What do we have? We have a new 3.3-liter inline six, straight six turbocharged engine. Now, as we kind of come around the bend, I love still, you're gonna get that nice, smooth finish. Coming around the bend, what are we looking at? Wheel and tire setup. You're getting these all new 21-inch wheels. Love the gloss black, the machined aluminum. It really shows the intricate touches that Mazda brings to each and every one of their vehicles. On this trim as well, you'll notice that artisan red is sprinkled all the way around the fender opening. A very, very nice touch. And if you're wondering, does this have all-wheel drive? Yes, this does come standard with all-wheel drive. If you're wondering tire, 275 on the width, and you get a nice 45 series sidewall. Of course, we're looking at an all-new platform suspension that's been fine-tuned to give you that Mazda connected drive, but also to give you the luxury feel. Now, coming down the side, what do we got going on? We have a nice clean badge to let you know that this has the new inline six turbocharged engine, a little bit of chrome. You're gonna get color matched on the mirror caps, LED, super slim and trim turn signals, and then you'll notice along the bottom that chrome trim. Like I said, I think they did such a good job to have the chrome sprinkled all the way around the vehicle. And I think the way that they placed it, it's not making the vehicle look too heavy. Of course, color matched on the door handles. And then the bright shiny metalwork is only along the top. This is another part that I think is helping with the side view of the vehicle, because basically you have your trim comes all the way to the rear and water falls down. Of course, you're gonna have roof rails, nice bright aluminum finish. You could get your crossbars, put a cargo basket up there, put your mountain bikes, perfect for your family road trip. And then coming towards the rear, of course, on that bottom portion, you'll notice how we have the Mazda name there. Nice little touch. And that's what I love about the brand, is they really look at all the fine details. Now, when we come around the rear, what do we got going on? Very, very nicely done with the way that they did the aero work on how everything is going to coast off the back of the vehicle. You do have a stubby roof spoiler. That's where they integrate that third brake light. And then, of course, with the rear glass, the one thing I'm going to zonk is the wiper. Would have been nice to have it up here. But other than that, this is really where you see a lot of that extra width, especially with the LED lighting, of course, our Sky Active badging, and then working our way all the way down. Super clean, especially with the way that the bumper does not extend too far back from the rear of the vehicle. That is going to help when it comes to backing up, maybe in a garage or with a wall behind you. But you know what? We took you around. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about horsepower and engine options in this new CX-90. All right, guys, don't adjust your monitor. No reason to adjust your TV. The great news is Mazda brought out a couple different colors of the CX-90. Now, we started off doing that exterior walk around with the Artisan Red, and that one has a higher trim. This particular one, not only a different color, it's a different trim, and it also has the plug-in electric hybrid variant of performance. So I'm going to talk about what are going to be those two options, and then we're going to take you for a little tour around this one to show you some of the differences. So I'm going to get out of the way. Lori's going to showcase that beautiful front grille area, but what are we talking about underneath the hood? So your first option is going to be a 3.3 liter inline six turbocharged engine, putting out 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. It uses some new technology from Mazda called M Hybrid Boost. That's basically where there's an electric motor sandwiched in between the engine and the transmission. This particular one, though, is a new powertrain option. It is, like I said, a plug-in electric hybrid version. You have a 2.5 liter inline four with that electric motor. It's going to give you 323 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. And the best news is, no matter which powertrain you go with, you get an all-new 8-speed automatic transmission. So let me tell you some of the things, because we unfortunately can't open up the hood yet, but we will be at the official media drive where we'll be able to get underneath the hood. But let me show you some of the differences. So one of the biggest things that you'll notice on this particular trim is going to be the flat black that goes around that fender opening and then kind of slides down underneath the front fascia. The good news is, when it comes to the front fascia, you're still getting that same great headlight design and also the functional, not fake, corner air curtains on both sides of the grille. And what's kind of nice is, with this one being in the garage, we could kind of show off the beautiful LED daytime running lamps, and very unique how it flows nicely right into that grille area. Now, as we come around the bend, what are some of the differences? Like I said, you're gonna see the flat black that goes all the way around the exterior of that fender opening. Wheel and tire, exactly the same, that 21-inch wheel. Here's another touch, and I kind of like what they're doing here. So on the plug-in electric hybrid version, obviously they give you a unique badge to let others know that you have that new technology from Mazda. First time in one of their SUVs, color matched on the mirror caps, the flat black along the bottom. And then, of course, the biggest difference between this one and the one that we started off our exterior walk around is going to be, here is the actual plug-in where that's going to take place, so that you could do that charging while you're sleeping, and then it's all ready to go for your next trip. But why don't we go ahead? We want to show you that interior. So let's get into another Mazda CX-90, one that's outside again, to show off the interior of this all-new SUV. Let's go do it. All right, guys, we're inside the all-new CX-90. This is really a special moment because I've always been a pretty big fan of different Mazda vehicles, like I told you earlier, and it's nice to see the progression of the brand. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the price of this CX-90? No official pricing yet, but expect it to be very competitive. And remember, Mazda is trying to keep doing that decision of bringing higher level feel, fit, and finish without going with that super high premium price. But let's see what the CX-90 is all about, and is it gonna be the best new mid-size luxury SUV? To the door panels. Love the finishes. You have soft touch black up top. We have our Bose sound system, that nice light wood, real wood finish. Loving the chrome accents, something better than just gloss black. The fabric takes a little getting used to, but I think that over time, it's going to fare well when it comes to the style. No gloss black around the switchgear, just a little bit of nice, simple stitching. And then the door pocket is a little on the tighter side. So maybe just one In-N-Out burger, a medium fry, and a Coca-Cola to wash it down. Now, when you're going from the door panel to the dash, this is where they bring that beautiful high-end style. Look at the AC vents, just the way the controls are, nice and blended in. You have more of that fabric, but it's nice the way they carry it, especially with the hanging stitch. That's what they call this stitch design, is hanging stitch all the way across. And then you have this massive infotainment system. Now you have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. The big zonk is you can't touch it. If you're using wireless Apple CarPlay, then it becomes a touchscreen. But as right now, you're going to have to use the direct drive control knob to make the system work. But it is a super large 12.3-inch system with your navigation and everything else. You got your start-stop button conveniently placed. And then as we work our way down, look at the way that they did the AC controls. You got your dual climate, nice, wonderful switch gear, heated seats, ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel. Love the way you got the digital readout. You do have your required Twinkie Nook or wireless charging, and you got a 12 volt, which is great. But look at what we have. No gloss black. We have all wood finish. This is going to control that new 8-speed automatic transmission. No more 6-speed. You do have hill descent control and a forward-facing camera. And look at the graphics. Look at how clear everything is with that forward-facing camera. Turn it on, turn it off. 360, looking great. And remember, we have that MI drive control switch to go into the different modes because you do have all-wheel drive, standard. There's that direct drive control knob. Let me know how you feel about this because it's not a full touch screen. Let me know in the comment section. We got a real volume knob, nice soft material. Open this up. I got enough room in there, I would say, for 10 100-gram bars. So $1 million in 100-gram bars. And then the material, nice, soft. Look at the way they bring a little bit of black with the beige. Remember, there are darker colors as well. Full power assist for the passenger, full power assist for the driver, and you got that panoramic sunroof. And then to top it off, look at this, our digital rear view mirror where you could actually see the clarity of people walking around the vehicle. But why don't you come over to the business end? I got something all new I want to show you behind the leather wrap steering wheel on this CX-90. Come on over. All right, guys, here we are behind the wheel. You'll notice as you come in that beautiful sill plate with the CX-90 badge that illuminates LED. You got your switch gear that's easy to get to, including that lower lumbar, 2 memory seat settings, and then of course Mazda really focusing on the driving engagement. It's all about the steering wheel. Interesting design with the white stitching all the way around. Nice notches on 10 and 2. Classy horn button. You do have paddles to go up and down the 8-speed. They are made out of plastic. Would have been nice to have a metal finish, so that's a zonk. But we do have our electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then a massive digital gauge cluster that as you go through your different modes will obviously change in the formation. And then on top of that, you even have a head-up display. But remember, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm swimming in space in here. So you got plenty of space up front. Let's get to the mid-row and see how your passengers are going to enjoy the CX-90. All right, guys, mid-row time. And what's nice is on the passenger door pockets, you do have more room, so you can get a couple more In-N-Out burgers there since we are in California. Love the wood finish. Sitting here, remember, still 6 feet tall. Even with that panoramic sunroof, I do have plenty of headroom. You got nice, large pockets. Easily get a couple California wraps, maybe a couple California rolls back here. And then you do get a command center. And I like the way that they leaned it forward. You got your AC vents, USB-Cs, 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats for the mid-row, and you got your temperature controls, easy to get to. I love the space, and I love the way you got little manual security shades to keep the peepers and the creepers out. You do have, look at that, reclining seats. I could go to sleep right now. 2 cup holders. Open this up. You could easily put a 6-piece set of KFC chicken in there with a couple biscuits on the side. But I love the way it's super soft. Seats do slide and they do recline, but here's the big question. What about the 3rd row? Let's get big old 6-foot-tall Joe Raiti back there and see if I can fit. Bringing all the rows. This is that 3-row SUV. You do have more room than the CX-9, but let's talk about what's going on here. First of all, my legs are still a little too high. So my knees are sort of in my mouth. The seats are comfy, and what I like is that with the sliding seat, you could really slide the seat forward. If nobody's sitting there, I could have a lot of room, or what you do is you slip them $20. If they're on your legs, give them 20 bucks. That'll have them move forward. I know I would move forward for $20. Maybe some people you know might need 50, but that'll move it. You do get LED lighting. They got rid of the old Thomas Edison light bulbs, LED lighting throughout. We do have 3rd row AC vents, and I like the way they're positioned in this lower area, and then you could kind of pop it up right towards your face. 2 cup holders, USB-Cs that illuminate, and I like the way they did the same seat material all the way through all 3 rows. But you know what? Here I am sitting here, like I said, 6-foot-tall Joe Raiti. Let's get into the cargo area and see how much space there is in this new CX-90. All right, guys, time to get into the tail end of the business. Important feature, of course, of the CX-90. Hit that button, nice electric assist. Just always like to point out where the height of the rear bumper is to let you know where you're bringing your goods from ground level into the cargo area. I went ahead and left the 3rd row up to give you an idea of just how much room there is. You do have a nook over there. You could fit standing up about 4 Twinkies in there. Now the good news when it comes to power, you do have a home power source and you do also have a 12 volt. So when you're taking the kids to the beach and you need to blow up that big huge raft, get yourself an electric air pump so you can save your lungs for another day. I think one of the best things that Mazda did was they kept it simple, because simple works. You don't need a bunch of buttons and electric motors. You want to put the seats down, 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and then of course that mid-row is going to go down as well. But you could clearly see just from what we're showing you at this sneak peek reveal the amount of cargo space that you're going to have and how that 3rd row passenger is now going to feel a little bit more loved because they have USB-Cs and AC vents. But you know what? I know you want to go for a little spin. I want to go on throttle and see how this Mazda drives, because remember, it is in the end all about who's behind the wheel. We're going to have to wait, but we're here at California. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, and I'll see you soon. All right, guys, it's been an amazing time. I definitely got to thank the whole Mazda USA team for inviting us out to this secret unveil deep within LA in California. Let me know what you think. Has Mazda gone in the direction that you wanted them to with their new 3-row SUV? Of course, we're going to be bringing you more for that first media drive, but let me know in that comment section what your thoughts are. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raitis Rides family. Of course, we got to give it to the guns behind the lens. Lori working that camera like a champ. No matter if it's raining, snowing, or bright and sunny, she brings it to you. So show her some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.